Well, we've all heard of postpartum depression when talking about new moms, but did you know it's something that actually affects men as well? According to the Cleveland Clinic, postpartum depression involves emotional highs and lows, frequent crying, fatigue, guilt, and anxiety.
I actually talked to a psychologist there at the Cleveland Clinic who says male postpartum depression, it's real, it's becoming surprisingly common, he said, and one local dad can testify to that.
A lot of times it goes undetected. We're just generally like sad and have other just random symptoms and have like a sense of loneliness and not as much community around fatherhood.
Mitchell Phelps felt the baby blues shortly after his daughter was born. And while he was checking on his wife, who was fine, he couldn't escape the fact that he, quote, didn't feel normal. And he's not alone. Dr. Adam Borland of the Cleveland Clinic says about 1 in 10 men will experience postpartum depression. What are the symptoms?
So when we look at men in depression, we often see more anger and irritability, maybe poor focus, poor concentration, sleep difficulties, and then maybe involvement in some risky behaviors such as substance abuse, gambling, and other ways of kind of addressing things in the moment, but not looking at kind of the long-term effects of these behaviors.
Dr. Borland explains there's science behind this. He says research suggests there's a drop in testosterone levels with men following the birth of a child. What outlets are there for them right now?
The good thing about postpartum depression is that it's very treatable. So yes, medication is always an option, talk therapy is always an option, groups are an option, but we want to make sure that individuals begin to address the symptoms sooner rather than later.
That's just what Mitchell did. He realized what he was missing was community. So he started the Daddy Stroller Social Club of Cleveland, and the dads showed up. So what have you learned about your mental health through this group?
Yeah, I've definitely learned that I can talk about it a little bit more. I've learned that other people are going through these same things. Another dad, he was going through some like mental health struggles, and he was telling me one time that he's never actually spoken to anyone about it. So coming to the stroller strides with like all the guys to be able to talk through some of these things have been really helpful for him.
Building that kind of community can go a long way, says Dr. Borland.
That is one of my biggest goals as a therapist, is to make sure that men understand that they're not alone, that there are services available, that it is not a weakness to pursue these types of services. It's actually a strength. You know, it takes a lot to face these issues and say, you know what, I need help.
And that's something Mitchell says he thinks about too.
I don't know if my dad had a community like this, and I'm imagining he didn't. I feel like when you see something and you're finally able to realize like, oh, yeah, that is something that like should be normalized and should be a thing, because there's so many mom communities. So it's like, why not have a dad's community as well?
Now, a couple of notable points here. Dr. Borland says not all new parent anxiety should be categorized as male postpartum. And the addictive behaviors he mentioned, alcohol or gambling, they could be a result of postpartum or a pre-existing mental health struggle that a depressive episode could exacerbate. And we also need to note not all men in the club had actual male postpartum. The group is just one way to find some community and some understanding.